We have a voicemail number. That number is 219-2-DAVID-P. I received a lot of emails and comments and tweets about the Brett Kavanaugh situation. And now that, as I talked to you about at the top of the show, it actually is slightly more likely that there could be significant delays, if not an interruption, to the confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court, as Donald Trump would very much like to see. The question is increasingly coming up of, okay, well, then what happens? And that's the subject of today's voicemail. Take a listen.
Hi, David. I'm curious what outcomes you see as possible if Democrats successfully block Kavanaugh, assuming any nomination can be blocked till the midterms. Unless Democrats win, will we not just end up with another possibly worse conservative judge? Thanks.
Yes, we probably will. And that's the reality. So listen, there's no sense in sugarcoating political realities. More than likely, if Donald Trump were to be removed from office, however it happens, more than likely, unless Mike Pence is specifically implicated in that removal, in the grounds for that removal, which he could be. Remember, Paul Manafort, now indicted and pleading guilty and being found guilty of all sorts of stuff, was involved in the selection of Mike Pence, and we don't know how deep it might go. More than likely, you replace Trump with Pence, and it's an absolute and total disaster, and potentially Pence is even more effective at getting stuff done. Likewise, if it is possible to delay the confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh through the midterms, you then need Democrats to win and take over the Senate, and it's not the most likely scenario. Depending on which estimates you look at, there is somewhere between a 20 and 48, looking optimistically, % chance that Democrats take over the Senate. Still could happen. It either will happen or it won't, but it's not the most likely scenario. In either case, whether or not this goes through the midterms and whether or not Democrats do or don't take over the Senate, more than likely, Trump would just put up someone else, maybe being more careful about their scandals. And we've already seen that Democrats aren't going to hold up the nomination merely because they feel that Merrick Garland should have been confirmed under President Obama. I agree with them that that's what should have happened. Ultimately, Democrats have not shown a willingness to actually put their feet down and say, it doesn't matter who you nominate, we will obstruct at every opportunity, we will try to prevent this from getting out of committee because it should have been Merrick Garland. And in the end, if they don't take over the Senate, it's not going to matter. So this is why my overwhelming belief is that it doesn't even really matter in the end, more than a symbolic victory, if it doesn't end up being Kavanaugh, because it will be someone else unless very specific situations sort of happen and circumstances come to fruition. But that's not a reason to just say, do whatever you want. And I'm glad that at least there's an attempt being made to put some roadblocks here where there should be many more. On today's bonus show, Laura Ingram's brother is waging a war against her. If you haven't been following that story, it's quite interesting. Scientists have also identified 4 personality types. We will talk about them. And Elon Musk is now being sued by that Thai cave diver over defamation for the pedophile guy tweet. All of those stories and more on today's bonus show. 2 ways to get access to the bonus show. First of all, become a member at www.joinpakman.com. Coupon code available. It's Vote Soon 18, and it'll save you 40%. Other option, become a $5 a month or more Patreon contributor at patreon.com/David Pakman Show. That does it for me. I will talk to you on the bonus show very, very soon.